Okay, today I'm going to try Valley Creek in Pennsylvania, here in I believe it's Chester County. So it's Valley Forge National Park or State Park. It's Valley, I don't know, one of them. But this is supposed to be a Class A trout stream, and it's got a cool water source. So even though it's July, it's only 75 degrees here today. The water should be nice and cool. Doing my research online, looks like there's a lot of wild browns that are in here. They're supposed to be skittish. So today I'm going to go with, I guess, spinner, or I guess not a spinner, but a lure. I'm going to use what is it? It's a little shad. And this has done pretty well for me the last day. The last couple times I've been out over in Penn's Creek, caught trout, bass, sunfish. So I'm going to just stick with that. It's already on my line, see if I can catch anything with that. Otherwise, I'm going to go with the jig. The jig's been super successful this year, and see where that takes me. I'm gonna do a bit of walking here today and venture, show you what Valley Creek looks like and how it fishes. Okay, this is the first look here at Valley Creek. Just stepped in the water. I'm going super light today, no waders, just wading boots, and the water is cold. I would say definitely in the 60s, which is gonna be perfect for fishing. I was a little curious to see if that would actually hold up compared to my research online. But the water here is cold, and so far it's just pretty flat, nothing crazy going on, nothing deep. So it looks like I have some walking here to do today, and I suspect I'm going to walk a couple miles to try to figure out what's what in this creek. As always proves the case for me when I go to a new spot. You got to put in the work, figure out what's worth checking out, what's worth coming back to, of course where the fish are. So that's the plan. I'm excited. I'm actually very skeptical this is actually going to hold up the Class A standards of, you know, a certain threshold of fish per mile. But I think maybe we'll get a couple bites, hopefully a fish at least. But I don't know, to be determined. We'll see how the day goes. You can see right ahead of me there's a cool little family of ducks, and it looks like there might be some trout fishy looking water here. It looks a little dark in the middle by that tree. So for me, that looks like something worth trying. Right, you got your overhang, you got some tree roots probably fish can hang out in. Definitely looks deeper. Of course, I catch a tree on camera, but I got my lure back. I'm gonna try that again. Put it right in that pocket and see what, if anything, we can pull out of here. Of course, this creek is, one of the rules is, it is all catch and release, but you can use whatever bait and tackle you would like. For me, it doesn't make sense how people do it with bait, because you usually gut hook them, but whatever. So far, this looks like the first little trouty looking hole I can find. Water is super clear, super cold. I just saw a fish. I think that was a trout. Something just rose and swam back. So I'm gonna hit it with this lure a bunch of times and see what we can pop out of here. At least I saw a fish rise and swim back to wherever he came from. It's kind of cool if there are fish here, I can watch them actually swim in. So I'll know if there's fish or no fish. It's always cool, at least to be able to see some fish. I see a massive creek chub in there. I'm staring down a 1.5 foot creek chub. A couple of them right in the middle of the creek here. Good sign there's good fishy, healthy populations in the water. Of course, I caught a rock in the honey hole. Right in the middle of the honey hole is where I got snagged here. That's not desirable. There we go. Well, it's cool to at least see fish. So we got a bunch of creek chubs. I'm not sure if they're going to take it to this lure or not. But seeing some fish is a great sign. The water here in the middle is about 3-4 feet deep, so perfect. Little hole to cool off in. I see a bunch of creek chubs. I'm gonna try one more time. Maybe what I saw was a creek chub. Reading online, a lot of people were saying if you fish a spot, the fish are super skittish. Pretty near the major Philly suburbs, so I'm sure it gets a lot of fishing pressure. So you gotta account for those things if you're gonna be here. I don't tell you how true that's gonna be, but so far it looks promising. Let's just see how many holes we can actually find fish in. Okay, I just had a bite. I have something on the line. It looks like a trout. I feel like it could be a trout. Let's see what we got here. Okay, we got a brown trout. Holy crap, just like that. On this Rapala lure. Let me get my pliers. Whew. When I was actually walking over here, I spooked something that looked like a trout. A little foul hooked. And I threw into this fishy hole along the weeds, and I was able to pull this guy out. You see, here's a good looking fish. So I'm actually surprised to get a fish this early. Perfect conditions actually in the water for him. And back he goes. So this little flickering shad did the trick. I think it's Rapala, but pretty cool. One trout on, hopefully a lot more to come. So I actually cast this out 20 yards and reeled it in. It's not spooked the fish, and he just absolutely nailed it. So honestly, I had no idea these little shads would work as a bait, but they keep catching fish, so I'm going to keep trying to fish with it. Beautiful little pool here. I'm going to try and sneak up on the edge more. Always exciting to catch a trout. I don't care how big they are. You see the scenery is absolutely beautiful here. You got your trees, you got your water, you know, your rocky sections, you got your deeper sections so far. I'm feeling like this might be a good day, who knows. But I'm just trying to work this really slow, cover the creek, nothing's here, and I keep moving. So my plan today is to actually cover a good deal of water, because I'm kind of in, like I said, exploration mode. I don't know where the fish are, and I gotta figure out if I'm gonna recommend this place where other people should be going. Okay, I just found a fishy looking hole. I cast into it. I had three of something type of fish come after it. I saw another fish go downstream. So my thought is maybe creek chubs chasing this, or bass, and the trout got spooked. But so far, I'm seeing fish. I'm finding fishable areas. And that's kind of like the two main obstacles you run into with a new spot, not finding those. So that's all looking good. The challenge is, though, today, due to where I can get parking, I'm walking downstream, not upstream. So I'm not really, I'm walking to the fish's line of view. So I'm going to be using this lure so I can get some more distance out for casting, so I won't be seen. The water here is beautiful, super, super clear. So hopefully this will be an advantage and disadvantage me and the fish are going to both play against here today. Definitely should be fish here. Oh, I see a trout on camera. Chase my lure. And he just backed off. Okay. That's a good sign. See if we slow it down, get him to come back. Seeing fish is half the battle. And coming in here, actually, didn't mention, I definitely think I spooked 2 trout so far. So, caught a fish, seeing fish chase a lure, all good signs. I'm feeling super fishy. So I'm just gonna be super careful on this bank here, see if I can get another bite. And I'm gonna use this lure until it stops working, and then I'll switch to the jig. Maybe if this thing works all day, I'll just keep doing this. Who knows? But just even like smells super fresh out here. We got a snag or a fish? A snag. Right under these roots across the way. Looks like fish is where fish would be hiding. Let's see if we can lure them out. So far, it looks and feels fishy. I'm gonna try and go along this tree line. Beautiful. Gonna lure the trout out from under these trees. No takers. So in these types of cases, there might be a fish there, but I don't play it all day. If I saw a lot more fish, or it was a bit, I don't know, something special, I would stay there. But I would really want to cover the water and get my walking in. Maybe next time I can focus on specific areas more. But here I'm trying to find the fish that want to play and lure them out. Another nice little deep pocket, some undercut bank. This is what we're looking for. I just did one cast into this little pocket across the way. I just linked up with another brown trout, flew out of the water like a missile, and threw my lure off. I really wish I turned the camera on. I had a good feeling about the spot. Hopefully there'll be more in here. This is, you definitely see some deep water coming off the riff here. The riff. Gosh, I really wish I got that on camera. That was a cool one. This is perfect. Curve of a stream. They're liking this lure a lot. And I'm trying to use the distance to be my friend. The only thing I find is this lure casts a little bit wonky. And I don't want to get stuck in a tree again. A beautiful cut of water right here. Gotta be more fish in here. A leaf. I don't think I mentioned yet, but this is not a stock trout stream. This is just a fishing habitat that's supposedly, you know, Class A self-reproducing. So that's kind of a cool thing to find close to home. Oh, of course I cut over a tree. Dang, just kind of screwed myself here. Nice deep pocket. You're looking at water 4 or 5 feet deep in the middle. I know I'm going to spook some fish. That's just my stupidity on this. So this thing casts wonky. This is where fish are. Oh. Really frustrating how to walk through this. This is a perfect little lane. I'm here at the covered bridge, and there's a nice deep hole right here. I just tried to fish. Unfortunately, nothing was in there looking to play. Haven't seen any fish spook either. I know it's going to be a case how I catch and catch as many fish as I spook it today. But so far, I'm liking the amount of places to fish. Sometimes you go to a creek, and there's just a heck of a lot of walking. But so far, the ratio of walking to casting is pretty sweet. I'm liking it. I'm going to cast this little spot right here. Of course, the water comes out. Fish love that aeration. And what's cool too is this creek's right along a trail and right along a road. So it looks like there's plenty of ways to be able to create your own loop for fishing, and also feel like you're not going to get stuck. It's nice I'm wearing light gear for swimming because I just went for a little swim. So these rocks are always slippery no matter what you wear. And continue to use distance as my friend. Of course, I get snagged sometimes if you do that on rocks. Now I'm switching over to jigging. I saw 2 trout swim by here. I'm up off the trail so I can see from more elevated aspect where the fish could be and where to cast. I said casting further out, try not to get spotted. But it's cool to see fish in here. Worse is when you can't see anything, you're not getting any bites. I saw another trout starting by. I see a creek chub. A whole bunch of fish are here. A couple creek chubs in the water. It's a nice deep hole here. gotta get the trout excited. This worm. A couple of big creek chubs in this water. And there goes another trout zooming around like a nut. Try to go down a little bit. There's another one. I spotted a couple more trout up by this wall. They're in here, you can see them swimming around. Definitely trout. They keep moving around, so it's hard to target them. It's nice to see fish. And what's playing both ways today is going to be the clarity of the water. The fish can see everything as well as I can. They're going to be super suspecting of any sort of lure they see. So it's really careful, present it well, and find the right pocket to fish in. Found another little hole here to fish. Looks beautiful. You got the water coming out, the riffle coming into a little pool. Definitely should be a trout here. Of course, I turn on the camera, I always get snagged. Let's try and do that again. I caught right under a deep section. That's where a fish would be sitting. I'm using the jig. Nothing. It's really juicy in there. What I'm trying to do is get this into the current, let it float down the creek naturally, give it some action, and hopefully a fish is just sitting and come and smack it. Well, this kind of pocket should definitely have a fish in it. All right, looks so good. This should be like a textbook trout spot right here. You have a quick moving water coming down right along this rock wall. Probably has an undercut to it. And usually fish will sit along that, just gobble up the food. It's like a perfect funnel for them. I'm gonna try and hit this a few times, see if we get out of here. I'm overall pretty excited about the number of places to cast here and the number of opportunities that are available so far. I'm really only getting started with the walk and exploration. I can see why people like to come here and fish. Oh, had a bite. Had a bite of something. My worm's still there. That's a good sign. All right. Okay, this spot's tricky because I could definitely see the fish in here. I think they can also see me as well. I'm on this trail with all these greens. I'm a little bit hesitant walking here. So I'm gonna try this a little bit further. What I like so far, I definitely see the fish. I'm trying to get one of them on the line here. There's a group of about 6 trout that look like they're about, I think they're trout. These things look at least 16 inches long. From here, I think they're trout, but I get closer to see. The huge creek chubs are trout. Holy man, there's a lot of them. I really hope there's a brown trout. They sure as hell look like brown trout. Oh, those are brown trout. Holy mackerel, it's a huge trout. Holy mackerel. That is no joke. That is a 2-foot long brown trout out there. There's a couple of these guys. Holy hell. Holy hell, I need one of these fish. They have no interest in this jig right now. Hold on, what's this? One of the big boys is coming over. Oh my gosh, there's a whole bunch of these things. I see a couple of them going downstream. This is just a nice deep pocket of water for a fish to be hiding. The, I guess the one thing I've noticed, I guess my only real complaint at this point is that, oh, here's my worm. I threw my worm off. Is that it is down 2 worms here. The creek, holy moly, there goes a couple huge brown trout. I'm not sure you can see those on camera, but holy hell. I see 4 trout. One is a monster. I am seeing some good looking fish in this creek. Yeah, there's the bank pretty much disappeared, and I keep getting snagged down below, which isn't great for my bait situation. But I'm just seeing some big trout here. I never before been to a stream like this, and it's kind of cool to be able to actually see some fish so easily. But what I'm used to is more the wade and walk, and right now, not having that creek bank and be able to fish that pockets, this is more like a river fishing for me than a creek fishing experience. So I feel a little bit disadvantaged, but I really like how many fish I'm seeing and how big they are here. So hopefully I can be able to get one of these on the line. Right in front of me, down to the front of me, I'm seeing another pod of fish, big fish. Again, could be creek chubs, could be trout, but the way they're holding right now makes me think they're trout. And then I'm just getting super excited about what I'm seeing here. I want to be able to get something on the line. Really good, healthy diversity of fish. Oh yeah, there's a trout. Whole bunch of brown trout are in this creek. Don't let anyone tell you different. Man, I would definitely come back here right now, but and also bring more to my tackle box. I traveled ultralight today. Imagine just not putting me in the advantage to try the different lures if something like my trusty jig is not working. I've just come a little bit further down the creek, and once again, it's the same situation. There are massive fish in this body of water. I really need one of them to bite my hook so I could show you guys what I'm talking about and stop getting snagged here. This place has been snag central for me today. Man, I'm excited the fish are here. Finding a spot so good, so close to home is rare. I don't even care, it's catch and release, you know. Everyone just wants to have a landed trout. And this creek has gotten pretty deep consistently here in the middle. Like I said, the shorebed, the part I usually walk is now gone, and it's just super wide, super deep. Really want one of these fish. This looks fishy. Interesting, and pretty interesting. The creek actually turned back into a walkable form not after long, but the spot where I kept seeing all those big fish, there's too many trees, there's way too many weeds, and if you're in shorts like I am today, I see getting stung by these thistle plants, and it was not making for a lot of fun. I just kept losing my bait in the weeds. That section, I'm not sure how you would fish it. It wouldn't hurt to have a raft, but I don't know how practical that would be. Maybe I was on the wrong side of the stream. Who knows? But there are fish in this place. So I'm going to keep walking this down and hopefully picking up more trout as we go. Alright, at another bridge here, and it appears the creek's going to remain walkable. It's only where a small section it wasn't. Of course, the spot here looks juicy. Bounce it off the tree. See if we can jig it. So far I've had no bites on the jig, which is weird, but these are also wild brown trout. So they might be up to something entirely different where my normal technique's not going to work. What typically works best for jigs is when I have the ability to find an isolated pocket and be able to see the fish in it. And easily to put a little bit of sight fishing and also presenting it in the right way in front of them. Right now with the fish being skittish and in the hard to find areas, I haven't had the opportunity yet. So I'm curious if I will. So far, this is a really cool place to check out. Trying to figure out how to fish the spot right here. Take across a little bit. This turns into another nice deep hole. A lot of nice deep holes here. Usually in Pennsylvania, that's one of my biggest complaints, especially near Philadelphia area. A lot of short, shallow streams. And this looks like it's got a lot of juicy spots. Some I can't even see the bottom. Lots of great cover. Seeing the fish. So I think the problem might be me today, not the fish, and not the water. So it just looks like a textbook setup on what you want to be able to look for and where the fish want to hide. So next time I know, bring a third option for my lure and tackle, so I don't get skunked, especially fishing new waterways like this one. Wait, live and learn. I still feel hopeful. All right, looks like I made it to the end of the line here. Let me try and get out and see where I'm at. This might be the Schuylkill River. Definitely smells more like a river. The footprints are down here, so I'm not the only one who's been down here. Take a quick look. Yeah, I'm gonna say that is the river. Cool, now I gotta figure out a way to get back. Definitely an interesting place to fish. I think my overall verdict is I would come back, but I honestly have no idea what to catch a fish on. I'll try maybe some different spinners. My first bit of intuition. Get some different colors and styles. Try and sneak out of here. Not easy. But it appeared to be a fishy looking place with fish in it. Can't really beat that. I honestly thought there was more walking to do. Let's take a look at the river and see how it looks. Pretty cool. See any fish? I don't see any fish. Try anyway. The cool thing is there's a trail take me right back. Looks pretty cool. I wonder if I see any fish rising out here. Not at the moment, but I'm sure there are. I definitely see insect activity on the water. Could be a cool place to definitely float down the water and fish. But I think that's the end of my trip here.